All right, let's get started. Let's come into a seated position. You can sit up on a block or kneel. So just do what allows your spine to feel the longest with the most amount of ease. We're just going to do one round of alternate nostril breathing, one way, and then the round the other way. So I'll guide you guys through it. Bring your right hand up. Bring your first two fingers down. Put your right thumb on your right nostril and the last two fingers on your left nostril. So just lightly hold them there. So you're not covering your nostrils just yet. And then take an inhale through both nostrils and exhale out through your mouth. And then close down the right nostril as you inhale through the left for 5, 2, 3, 4, 5. Close the left down and hold the breath in for up to 20. Don't worry if you can't get there, just do the best you can. When you do need to breathe, you're exhaling out through the right for up to 10. But again, just do the best you can. And then you go back in through the right for 5. Close the right, hold the breath in again for up to 20. Just do the best you can, don't strain. The minute you start to strain, it kind of stops working. And then you're exhaling out through the left for up to 10. Let's just do that again. So inhale through the left for 5. Hold both nostrils, breath in for up to 20. And then out through the right for up to 10. In through the right for 5. Close both nostrils, hold in for up to 20. And then exhale through the left for up to 10. Once you've completed that, put both palms down, either upward or downward facing, on your thighs or your knees. And start to breathe in a really balanced way. So breathing in and out for the same amount of time. You might want to count that. You might just know intuitively. Our intent today is to bring in a little bit of joy to the practice. Particularly when we've practiced in a way where we're constantly like excavating for more kind of whatever it is that we're excavating for. To just allow ourselves the space to practice in a way that really is just about pleasure. It's just about enjoying the sensation in your body. And really leaning into like what's available. So notice when the breath is straining, notice when you're forcing, notice when you're getting a little bit lazy, and just try and bring in that quality of enjoyment. So this is something this morning that you really treasure. Take one more feeling breath in. See if you can feel for the ribs starting to move a little bit. Let your shoulders relax. And then open your eyes. Come off your block if you're on one. Take hold of your roll. A block will work just as well here. So if you don't have a roll, use your block. And let's get straight into abs this morning. Come all the way down onto your back. Bring the roll on your ground. Set it up for 3-part twist in abs with a roll. Remember, you can always have your feet down here. If you need to down level today and that's more pleasurable, do that. Fingers interlaced, hands at the base of the skull. Point the elbows up. It's a little bit of a wrap of the shoulders here, so you're not cranking on the neck. And then deep breath in as you lift your head and shoulders up. Hold the breath, little squeeze of the roll. Exhale both elbows to your left knee and draw your lower belly down. Inhale back to center, head stays up. Hold the breath, squeeze the roll. So just a light squeeze at this stage as you exhale elbows to the right knee, lower belly draws down. Inhale back to center, head stays up. Hold your breath, squeeze the roll. Make sure that your toes point down so you're reaching up through the heels. As you exhale, send your elbows straight up. So you're trying to touch your toes with your elbows as your belly draws down. Inhale, head down. Keep the roll there as you exhale everything out. We go again. Inhale, head and shoulders come up. Hold the breath, squeeze the roll, squeeze sit bones. Exhale, elbows to your left knee, lower belly draws down. Keep reaching through the inner ankles. Inhale back to center, head stays up. Hold the breath, little squeeze of the roll as you exhale, elbows to right knee, lower belly draws in. Inhale back to center, head stays up. Hold the breath, squeeze the roll, squeeze sit bones. Exhale, reach your elbows skyward, try and touch your toes with your elbows as your belly draws down. Inhale, head down. Exhale, all of the breath out. Inhale, head and shoulders up. Hold the breath, squeeze the roll, squeeze sit bones. Exhale, elbows to your left knee. Keep lifting the left shoulder up as you draw your belly down. Feet still flexed. Inhale back to center, head stays up. Hold the breath, squeeze the roll, squeeze sit bones. Exhale, elbows to right knee, lower belly draws down. Inhale back to center. Hold the breath, squeeze the roll. Push up through the heels as you exhale, reach your elbows straight up. Feel for lifting your chin away from your chest as your belly draws down. Inhale, head down. Exhale, everything out. We've got one more. Take a full feeling breath in through the side of the body. Lift your head and shoulders up and then hold your breath, squeeze the roll. Squeeze sit bones. Exhale, elbows to left knee, belly draws in. Inhale back to center, head stays up. Hold the breath, squeeze the roll, squeeze sit bones. Exhale, elbows to right knee, lower belly draws in. Inhale back to center, head stays up. Hold the breath, squeeze the roll, squeeze sit bones. Exhale, reach your elbows skyward, lower belly draws in. Inhale, head down, put both feet down as you exhale. Take one feeling breath into the intensity that you feel in your belly, so that aliveness. And use your exhale to spread that through your legs. Gate opener. You can do this with your legs on the wall if you need support today. And you can also do this with your knees bent, guys. So if that's a better version for you, do that. I'm going to do it with legs straight. So take your legs straight up, or however you want them to be. Rollers in between your thighs, and again, hands at the base of your skull. So keep your elbows pointing skyward. Take a big breath through the back of the body. Hold the breath, squeeze the roll. Little curl of the tailbone this time as you exhale, lift head and shoulders up, pull your belly down. Put your left hand on the roll. Inhale, straddle or frog. Make sure your feet are active here. As you exhale, curl pubic bone up towards your navel. Feel for reaching through the inner thighs, but keep the knees soft. Belly draws in. Inhale, legs together, head down, feet stay up. Hold your breath. Squeeze the roll, squeeze sit bones. Exhale, head and shoulders come up. Lower belly draws down. Put your right hand on the roll. Inhale to straddle. Again, as you exhale, curl pubic bone, reach through inner thighs. Feet are active, belly draws in. Inhale, legs together, head down, feet stay up. Hold your breath, squeeze the roll, squeeze sit bones. As you exhale, head and shoulders come up. Focus on the lower belly drawing down. Left hand on the roll, inhale, straddle. As you exhale, curl pubic bone up and then feel for reaching through your inner ankles, but keep the knees soft. Belly draws in. Inhale, legs together, head down, feet stay up. Hold your breath. Curl tailbone, squeeze the roll. Little squeeze of your sit bones. As you exhale, head and shoulders come up, belly draws in. Right hand on the roll, inhale, straddle. Again, feet active. This time as you exhale, reach through inner ankles, curl pubic bone up and pull the belly down. Inhale, legs together, head down, feet stay up. Hold your breath. Curl tailbone, squeeze the roll. Exhale, head and shoulders come up, belly draws in. Put the left hand on the roll, inhale, straddle. And as you exhale, curl pubic bone up. Feel for spreading through your feet this time as the belly draws in. Inhale, legs together, head down, feet stay up. Hold your breath. Curl tailbone, squeeze the roll, squeeze sit bones. As you exhale, ease on up. Pull the belly down. Put the right hand on the roll. Inhale, straddle. As you exhale, curl pubic bone up. This time lift your shoulders a little more. Belly draws in. Inhale, legs together. Exhale, head down, feet down. Take a pleasurable breath into your belly. Being really excited that you can feel in that place. And again, move the energy you're creating through the rest of your body. Like use it to wake up your arms. Alrighty, grab your block. Set up for bridge over a block. So go as high as you can, obviously. If you can get onto the highest height, do that. Just make sure the block's on your sacrum though, not your lower back. Knees are bent, feet are flat, arms relaxed by the side, chin is tucked, neck is long. I'm going to give you guys a couple of options this morning, just depending on what's available for you. So choosing into what feels most pleasurable rather than what you think you should do. Okay, first option is half Virasana. The top of the left foot comes down onto the mat and the front thigh lengthens away from the pelvis. If that's not working for you this morning, take left ankle over right thigh and use the left hand to guide the left thigh bone away. So just choose which is best for you this morning. Once you've got your leg position, feel for activating your butt still so you're not completely collapsing on the block. It's like a little curl of the tailbone. And then breath by breath, start to feel for the space that can occur in the left hip joint. So you might use your hand just to traction the thigh a little bit there. Or you might just let your body naturally unwind. Depends on what feels good for you. Concentrate in this pose while we're not doing anything too intense on really starting to feel the quality of your breath. So see if you can start to get really, really intimate with your breath, like you feeling, is it smooth? Is it rough this morning? Is it slow? Is it quick? What's the texture like? Sometimes my breath feels really bubbly and alive. Other times it's a lot smoother. And release that foot. Bring both feet back. Making sure again you've still got that little curl of the tailbone, and then change sides. Feel for a little press through the left heel, but I don't want you guys to over press. Just press enough to feel the left leg turn on. And then concentrate, as well as lengthening out through the left hip joint, right hip joint, and feel for space there. See if you can lift your upper back away from the floor. So you start to feel for a bit more space through the front line of the body. All right, one more thorough breath in. See if you can wash in your breath a little bit deeper. Maybe touch into a place that you've not reached yet. And then release. Plant both feet flat. As you inhale, lift your pelvis off the block. Move the block away, but keep pelvis lifted. And then as you connect through your feet, the heels and the balls, take an inhale. And lower down with controls. Place your upper back, your mid back, little tilt of the pelvis as you lower the lower back down. Roll over onto one side. Come onto hands and knees. Set up for dolphin, one arm, one leg with an up level to dorsal fin. So choosing your own version. If you're shoulder tweaker, guys, clasp your hands, otherwise forearms parallel. Big breath through the upper back as you let the head relax, and then tuck the toes and exhale, straighten the legs. Now, just again, be really aware of the intent we're working with. So pleasurable, joyful, like you want to be enjoying your experience in this pose. So choose what works in that way for you. If you've got your hands clasped, work with one leg up as an option. Everybody else, making our way into dorsal fin. So take your feet a little bit wider than hip width. Keep the left forearm on the floor and bring the right hand to the lower back. See how that feels. That's enough. Stay there. If you want to go deeper, take the left leg up. If that's enough, stay there. If you want to go deeper, reach and grab the left foot with the right hand and feel for sending your left thigh bone away, just like we did in half Virasana. It's that traction in of the thigh. Let the head go. Take one more feeling breath wherever you are. And release really slowly on the breath out. Change sides, left hand to lower back. If you're doing the one leg up with the hands clasped, you can do that too. But go in stages and get feedback from your body. It will tell you when to stop if you listen. And if you come into an up level, so if you want to come to dorsal fin full version, and you get there and you think, actually no, just come back down. So use your breath as the guide to tell you whether or not this is really enjoyable. So if your breath is short and graspy, that's not so much fun. But if you're still able to breathe really steady, then stay. Release, slowly, slowly. Both knees down and come up to the top of the mat. Come to stand. Okay, be serious with 2 pose vignettes today. Feet can be together or apart. Inhale up into chair pose. Forward fold as you exhale. Halfway lift, hands on shins, inhale. Keep the chin tucked so the back of the neck is long. Plank. Modified chaturanga, lower all the way as you exhale. Cobra with the palms up. Turn your palms upward facing. Backs of the hands spread across the mat and the elbows lift slightly. Okay, from here, take an inhale and use your hands to traction your chest forward. Thighs are engaged. And lower down, press back. Downward facing dog as you exhale. Warrior two with bird wing. Inhale, step the left foot forward. Come up into warrior two legs. Set bird wing this morning so that your elbows are a little bit away from the rib cage. And then feel for the collarbones spreading as you inhale up into that area of your chest. And then peel the forearms away from the midline as you exhale. So you want to start to feel at the back of the armpits engage. Inhale back to midline. Peeling away as you exhale. Just make it super easy, not too strained. Inhale back to center. Peeling arms away as you squeeze. The back of the armpits on the exhale. Okay, one more, inhale. Peeling open as you exhale. Feel the legs engage a little bit. And then inhale back to center. Relax the arms, keep the legs the same. Archer. Inhale the left arm up. Bend the left elbow so you can place right hand on left elbow. If you want to, you can interlock the fingers at the mid-back. But just notice, guys, if your ribs flare out when you interlock, that means we're kind of working a place in the body where we're not really interested in this pose. I'd like you guys to feel it in your shoulders mostly. So choose the version that does that for you. Okay. From here, take a breath into the left armpit. So get your breath really deep in that place. And then as you exhale, just feel an easing up of your left elbow. So again, it's little traction of the left arm bone. As you send the right elbow down. Release, step back to plank. Modified chaturanga or not, depending on where you're at. Come all the way down and then cobra palms up. So again, we want to spread the palms, use the backs of the hands to traction the chest forward. That's an inhale. And then lowering down, palms flat, down dog as you exhale. Lower your knees and set up for dolphin on the wall. If dolphin on the wall is not good for you today, do dolphin on the mat. Remember, you can do this with hands clasped or not. We'll set up at the wall, take a big breath through the upper back. And then lift the knees and step 1 foot up the wall at a time as you exhale. So just going to have 5 breaths here, nothing too intense. If you're not on the wall, that's fine too. You can even do dolphin with your knees down. So you've just got the arm thing happening on the mat. So really feel into what is available for you honestly today. And those of you guys on the wall, make sure your legs are working equally as much as the arms. And feel for a let go through the back of the neck. Okay, one more deep breath, whichever version you're in. Feel the ribs really expand and fill. You can stay steady as you exhale and really focus on getting all of the breath out. So squeezing out the very last bit of breath in the lungs. And then come down. Straight into down dog. Take a breath in there through your nose. Open your mouth, breath out. And then warrior two with bird wing. Inhale, step the right foot forward. This time for bird wing, bring your elbows so they're glued to the rib cage. So you can get a little piece of paper in between each arm. Still spreading through the collarbones, take an inhale. And then peel the arms away from the midline as you exhale. So different place at the back of the armpits, most likely. Inhale into midline. Peeling open again as you exhale. It's just a light squeeze, nothing too strained. Again, inhale to midline. Peel away as you exhale, squeezing the elbows in a little bit. Last one, inhale to midline. And peeling open as you exhale, squeeze, squeeze. Okay. Come back to center on the inhale, relax your arms, but keep your legs the same. Inhale the right arm up, bend the right elbow. And then again, go for the version that gets you into your shoulders. So left hand on right elbow is 1. Fingers interlock at your mid-back is 2. You can even use a strap if you're somewhere in between the two of those. And then again, we want to feel like the back of the head lines over the sacrum. And the feeling of that sense of your spine lightly lengthening skyward. And then big breath into the right armpit. As you traction right elbow skyward, just feeling again, it's like a little bit of space at the side of the heart there. Release. Come into plank. So you can have your knees up or down, lower all the way. Cobra with the palms up again. So feel again this traction in of the heart forward. As the thighs reach back. And then lower your chest, press back. Down dog on your exhale. Knees go down. So you've got the option of turbo dog on the mat. You can do turbo dog with your knees down as well. Or down dog on the wall. So hands are a little bit wider than shoulder width. If you're coming to down dog on the wall, and then same setup as dolphin. Step up, 1 foot at a time. 5 breaths. And try and feel for getting your wrist, your elbows and your shoulder joints all in one line. If you're in turbo dog on the mat, remember that the elbows are bent and you're hugging your elbows into the midline. So you feel your chest and your upper back turn on. Okay, let's take one more feeling breath. I don't want to push it today, just enough to feel the strength. And then lower down. And come into down dog. When you get to down dog, just take another breath in to reset. So in through the nose, out through the mouth. And then left foot forward for extended warrior variation with chest opener. So you're in a warrior 2 position. Left forearm, left thigh. Take the right arm diagonal to the left. So you've got a little bend through the right elbow there, just slightly. And then keep the ribs still. So take a breath in. Without moving anything but your right arm, start to take your right arm back a little bit so you feel the upper right side of your chest open. Just again, be aware of tension in the neck as you let go a little bit through the right side there. Still feel the legs working. And then release, back knee down for lunge. Keep a little bit of engagement as you press through the left heel there and inhale, arms up. So you can even be in a high lunge here. You don't need to go into a lower version like so. You can have your back knee underneath your hip, but feel like both legs are evenly active. And as you inhale, feel lift through the side ribs, palms spread. Shoulders soft. Take one more feeling breath in there. Feel the back toes spread. And then release, plant your palms, step back to plank. Come all the way down as you exhale. Regular cobra this time, palms downward facing. Come up as you inhale. Get the upper back working. Keep reaching through the thighs. And then lower down, press back. Down dog on your exhale. Pop your knees down, so you've got the option of dolphin on the mat, dolphin on the wall, or forearm balance. So I'm going to demo forearm balance. Just make sure you're using a wall if you're not sure. And then hands can be clasped as always. So choosing the version that you're working with today. And let's take 5 breaths. And I honestly don't mind, guys, if there's something that's more pleasurable to you than anything that I've just offered, take it. Make this practice about really working to get to know your body from an honest place, not what we should be doing. And then once you've done your 5 breaths, wherever you are, come down. And let's meet in down dog. Steady breath. Step the right foot forward for warrior 2, extended warrior variation with chest opener. So right forearm on the right thigh, left arm diagonal to the right. So got a little bend through the left elbow again, and then feel for keeping the ribs still as you start to move the left arm back. You feel this stretch across just underneath the left collarbone there, the tissue there. See if you can wash your breath through that place. Awesome, and then release, put the back knee down, come up into lunge. So set your lunge, it might be a higher version, you might want to go a little bit deeper. But whichever version you choose, feel that you've still got a bit of engagement through the butt. So you can press through the front heel. And then try not to come into such a ginormous back bend. Like there's actually a little bit of a forward fold here today. Only slightly. And then as you breathe in, feel the back of the rib cage expand. And that little lift as you breathe out. Let the shoulders relax. Release, plant your palms, step back to plank. Come forward on an inhale, lower, exhale. Cobra palms down, come up as you inhale, maybe feeling a little bit higher as the spine is warming. And then press back, navel to spine. Keep your core engaged, down dog on your exhale. Pop your knees down. Any of the previous variations of anything that we've done on the wall, or forearm balance, star chakra. So you can watch me demo it if you want to know it. If you know it, just go straight in. Okay, hands clasped. You start in a forearm balance setup. And then one leg comes up. So you're going left, let's start left knee to chest as the right leg moves away. So there's a little bit of a back bend in this one. You might do a couple of breaths there and then change. Okay, you can use the wall to keep your balance. If you've got something else happening that you prefer to do, go do that. 5 breaths in whatever version you've chosen. Remember when you're working with any inversion that you want to feel as though there's a lifting out of the lower back. Like it's really easy to dump weight into that place. So use your sit bones to lift up And really rely on your breath here. Strong, steady breath. Once you've done your 5 breaths, come down. We'll meet in down dog. Full feeling breath in there. Exhale completely. And step the left foot forward. Coming into interlock warrior. So the half version is left forearm on the thigh with the right arm behind. That's a half bind. And then the full version, you're interlocking left arm under the left thigh and the right arm behind. So just making sure if you're doing the full bind at the knee joint and feel this sense of rotating your left rib cage skyward. Let go through the neck. So obviously there's a little bit of pain that comes with pleasure. That's kind of the relationship. And if there is that today, in this pose particularly, feel into it's like a pleasurable pain. Like you know that it's doing something good for your body. And usually, I only really feel that when I come out. I'm like, oh yeah, that was pleasurable, kind of. Okay, now release. Bring the left hand inside or outside the left foot, and you can use a block here. Extended warrior, right arm overhead, lengthening out through both sides of the body. Again, we're working in these poses to get the left ribs rotating skyward without using the neck. Release. Plank. Lower all the way down as you exhale. Cobra. Inhale, big breath. Navel to spine. Press to down dog on your exhale. Interlock warrior. Step the right foot forward. So same thing. You can do the half version with the forearm on the thigh. Full version if it's available. And then this time relax your toes. So maybe lift them up and give them a bit of a spread. And just see how lightly you can place your feet down. So you can feel your feet on the floor, but they're not gripping. And steady breath. And sense of feeling a let go through the left side of the neck. And then release. Right hand inside or outside the right foot, left arm over. Remember blocks, if that works for you. And then again, feel like the rotation of the right rib cage skyward as you reach your right sit bone towards your left heel. One more feeling breath in there as you let go a little bit more through the neck. And then release. Plant your palms, step back to downward facing dog only. Down dog. So take a feeling breath in there. And as you breathe out, walk your hands back towards your feet. Have a little bend through your knees and come into a forward fold. So you can hold opposite elbows if that works, or hands on the floor, or shins. Alrighty, press through your legs as you roll on up slowly, like one vertebrae at a time. Come all the way up to standing. And then we'll work through, we're going to go standing pigeon to standing balancing twist. So start with your right foot on the floor. Bring your left knee into your chest. You can do this against a wall if you need support. And then take your hands and grab a hold of your left foot. So the left knee goes out to the side like you would in a pigeon. So imagine you're doing pigeon on the mat. And then feel here for lowering the left hip in line with the right. So pelvis is stable. And then without moving the pelvis, you might feel like you can lift the left heel up a little bit. Keep the shoulders down. And really feel that engagement of the right butt cheek to keep your legs steady. Now from there, we're going to move into standing balancing twist. So bring the left knee back to the midline with both hands on your left shin. That's option 1. You can start to take the left arm back, keeping the right hand on the left shin. That's the next part up. And then if you want to go full version, you start to extend the left leg forward as you twist your chest to your left. So the left arm reaches back, the right hand is on the left foot, and the spine is lengthening and twisting from the navel. Yeah, take one more feeling breath, steady breath. And then as you breathe out, slowly start to bring the leg in and lower it down with control, kind of. All right. Let's change sides. A really good thing to do is before you start to come in, get awareness of the left butt cheek activating. That will help to stabilize the left leg. And then fingers interlace around the right foot. Lifting that up. You'll notice one side's definitely a different experience depending on where you're tighter. And then let the right hip lower in line with the left. Keep the chest lifted. Send the heel away, lift it up a little bit, maybe bring it in a bit closer. All the while, steady breath. And then we go back to the standing balancing twist setup. So the knee comes into the midline. Both hands stay on the shin, that's option 1. Keep the left hand on the shin, the right arm back, that's option 2. And then full version. The left hand comes across the top of the right foot there. You push the right heel forward and twist from the navel to your right. Move your shoulders down. Keep reaching through the crown of the head. Okay, and then bring everything in super slow, with control, best you can, and lower the foot down as you breathe out. Come to down dog. Take a breath in there as you ground through your hands and your feet. So connect back to the earth. Let the back of the head relax. Twisting warrior. Step the left foot forward. Back heel lifts. You can do this with the back knee down today if you need to. Inhale the right arm up, and as you exhale, twist. You've got a little fist with right hand. Left hand goes on top. Inhale to send the crown of your head forward. And then twist towards your fist as you exhale. So again, we want to feel more of the twist occurring in the navel than anywhere else. That's where all the prana is. So where we want to juice that as much as possible. Keep letting go through the left side of the neck. Take a feeling breath through the back of your body. Maybe twist a little deeper as you breathe out. And then release, come into pigeon. If you're a knee tweaker, you can work with the bent back knee. Come up first on your inhale, so get length, and then coming all the way down as you exhale out. Chin tucks in, back of the neck long. But keep the leg active, so still reaching through the inner left ankle. You want to feel that supporting the opening in the left hip joint. And then again, reconnecting to the quality of your breath. So notice if it's an enjoyable breath in and out. And then release. Press back to plank. Come forward on the inhale, lower all the way on your exhale and set up for boats. So clasp your hands at your lower back. As you inhale, lift your thighs, chest, feet away from the floor. Keep the chin tucked, so feel in here, rather than how high you can lift, go for length. So as you inhale, reach the crown of the head forward, send the tailbone back, and then a little bend through your elbows. You squeeze the upper back. Take one more breath in there. And then release as you breathe out. And press to down dog. Easy, easy, easy. Twisting warrior, right foot forward, back heel lifts. Inhale the left arm up. So remember, you can have the back knee down here, no probs. Little bend, little fist with the left hand, right hand goes on top. If you've got the back heel lifted, guys, just be mindful of the back heel sickling in or out and feel for just reaching the heel straight back. And then as you inhale, reach the crown of the head forward and then twist, chest towards your fist. And see if you can get your breath into your belly so you're helping. The breath is what carries prana, right? So we use the breath to deliver prana into these areas that need it most. And release. Come into pigeon. Stay upright for a moment. Get yourself sorted. I always like to tuck the back toes under and reach the left leg back there. And then come forward as you breathe out. But notice if you start to round your spine in order to get deeper, that's kind of the opposite to what we want. So feel for lengthening the spine. The chin is tucked and stay there. That might be on your forearms. But just know that if you've taken the time to feel for length in the spine, then prana can run a little bit easier through that place. And the more prana we can get in, the more balanced we are energetically, the easier it is to enjoy the experience. It's not like we're having a fight with ourselves. Release. Step back to down dog only. Take a breath in there. And then lower your knees down as you breathe out. Coming into Bakasana or crow. If you're learning, start by coming into a squat. Okay, the next stage up, you can be up on a block like so, and you're just starting to get the movement as you rock back and forth. So that's a really good place to practice. Feeling that the shins connect to the back of the arms, and then if you're going to full version, make sure that your feet are together. It will just help you stay a little bit more balanced, pushing the floor away as you round your back up. So whichever version you're in, just a couple more breaths. And then release. All right, you might want to watch this first. So we're going to come into half moon on the wall. I would have a block nearby if I was you, or something similar. And I can't, like, it depends on the length of your legs on how far away you go here, right? So it might be a bit of trial and error. But ideally, what you want is the right hip stacked over the left, so the left foot is on the floor and the right arm straight up. So we're going to go this from a half moon, and then you can either do vertical splits off the wall, or if you're feeling a bit braver, you can come up the wall. Just make sure you've still got turbo dog through your arms though, okay? Let's do that together. So I like the block. You might not need to use a block, but I do. So just figure out what works for you. And there's no delicate way to get into this, I'm afraid. So it will be pretty clunky. But it's nice to have that foot supported on the wall then. You can start to open up a little bit more through the pelvis. Just be mindful that you're not dumping the weight into the other left wrist. So you still want to feel like you're lifting up there. And then as you inhale, get your breath into the upper right side of the chest. There is a little press of your right heel on the wall. And then start to open up through the chest. A release. Setting up for vertical splits, either on the wall or off the wall. You choose. Remember to turbo dog your arms here, and if you're on the wall, you'll have your right leg up the wall with the toes tucked under. So you've not just got a limp leg hanging up on the wall there. It's active. Which changes the whole thing. Let's take one more breath in. Stay for breath out. Come down slowly. Stand up for a minute. Just let yourself recover. And then let's change sides. So you'll notice discrepancies depending on where you're tightest in your body. So just work with that rather than trying to make it identical, which it won't be. So one side will probably feel like ultra free. I mean, for me, this feels totally different. We get to gather information about our body so we know where our tightnesses are and we can work with them rather than against them. All right. Take one more full feeling breath through both sides, through the back of your body, and start to open up the chest a little bit more. And then release. So you're setting up for vertical splits on or off the wall, you choose. But don't go busting a hamstring just to get your leg up the wall, because that's a bit silly. You just want to feel into what's pleasurable. Don't worry about what anyone else is doing. And spend a couple of breaths there just being with you and your body. And then release. Now watch this next part and then we'll come in together. Just trying to remember how to do this. All right, turquoise spider woman on the wall. Now again, you can have blocks here and you can also have a block there if you want to, depending on what you've got flexible in your body. But the idea is one hand is reaching on the wall and the other is on the floor, and you're pressing your pelvis in towards the wall there. Okay. If that just looks horrifying for you, get yourself on some blocks and that will make it a lot easier. If you don't have blocks, you can come into straddle on the floor and maybe go over to one side like so. All right, let's go. Turquoise spider woman on the wall. How exciting. So let's start with the left foot on the floor and the right foot on the wall. And then the right hand will obviously go on the wall while the left hand stays on the floor. You want to feel like you're moving your pelvis towards the wall there. Steady breaths. Don't know about you guys, but my inner thighs are insanely tight at the moment. I'm trying to figure out why that is. Meanwhile, this works in ways that one could never imagine. Let's take one more feeling breath in and out. And then release slowly. Just coming up to standing for a minute. Does all sorts of weird and wonderful things to the brain, that. And then change sides. It's good to put the body in these different challenging positions because it forces the brain to work in a different way. What can happen in our practice, we get so used to moving in certain directions that we get this like almost like rigid habit. So if your brain is doing an absolute paddy now, it's like, what the hell is going on? That's a good thing. That means it's learning something new. Yeah, keep breathing steady. Back of the neck go. Awesome. And then slowly, slowly coming on out. Got one last thing on the wall before we lie down. All right. You can do this off the wall as well, but I'll show you on the wall first. So head to ankle on the wall. We'll start with your left foot on the wall, and the right toes actually turn out at an angle, and that just helps to secure the foot on the wall. And then you can come forward and hold the shin. You can hang inside of the leg. I can't demonstrate it today, but if you can get your head beyond your ankle, then you go there. All right. If that's just like, yeah, I'm not going there today at all, you can come down onto the mat, be in a high lunge, so you're up high, and just take your head down towards your ankle. All right. So you might take that left foot a little bit wider. So let's go into that together. Left foot on the wall, or you're on the floor with your left foot forward. So you might start just holding your shin and feel how that feels. And then there might be an option to hang in front of the left leg there. Making sure that back leg is still active and working. And steady breath through the back of the body. Just let go. It's a great place to let the skin across your cheekbones and your forehead relax. And then release. Change sides. So if you're on the floor, you'll start with the right foot forward. If you're on the wall, you've got the right foot on the wall. The left toes turn out at about a 45-degree angle. Back of the head is relaxed. And just letting yourself dangle freely. And hold the back of your body is relaxed. That includes your neck. And release, come out slowly. Make your way down onto your mat. I'm going to set up for half Virasana, so there's a whole bunch of different things you can do here. We'll start with the left knee bent. So the left heel can be outside of the left hip, or it might feel better for you to sit on the left heel. You might want to sit on a block. You might want to put padding underneath there if you've got a blanket. Now for some of you, upright will be enough. All right? If that's enough, just stay there and breathe. If there's space, you can go a little bit deeper, come back maybe onto the palms. Okay, and then you might find that there's a little bit more space and you can come down onto your elbows. And then if you're having an open day, you can come all the way down. And there's an option there, if you want to, if you're all the way down, you can take a half lotus with the right foot. So the top of the right foot comes to the top of the left thigh and you hold it with your left hand. So again, just being in that place of like honesty with where your body is at. And just watch for the dialogue around it not being enough, because that's not true either. Just see if you can move into that place of real acceptance of where your body is without any attachment to what that means. And bring your mind back to absorbing fully into the breath. Steady in and steady out. Yes, take one more breath there. Commit to staying for your exhale as you soften the body. And then slowly release. You can roll over onto the straight leg there and release the bent one. And come on up. Changing sides. Again, just be open. This might be a really different experience on this side. So you might start by coming back onto the palms. Transitioning to the elbows. Maybe all the way down. And then maybe there's a half lotus option for you there. Sometimes I do this half lotus and it just doesn't feel very nice. So it actually feels nicer for me to extend the legs. So just be honest again with yourself. Just do what feels good today. And then again, let your mind absorb into the breath. Last final breath in there. See how much you can soften your body as you breathe out. And then slowly release that leg. Just take a moment to extend both legs there. Feel the blood move back through the body. And then we'll finish with twisted roots. If this is tweaky for your back, don't do the twist and just don't do the bind, and then we'll just do the twist, all right? Otherwise, take your left leg over your right once or twice. Shift the pelvis to the left a little bit and take your knees to the right. So again, if the bind is really tweaking your lower back, undo the bind and just do the twist. So the left arm can come out to shoulder height. Now you can gaze towards your left fingertips, but also explore gazing away from your fingertips. So gaze into to the right, the same direction of the knees. Just a nice little opening through the upper left side of the chest there. Again, steady breath. Don't let your mind wander from focusing on the breath. Like, use it as an anchor. Alright, and then unravel whilst you're down in the twist. So unravel the bind and then come back. Just recenter your pelvis. And then a slight off center to the right as you take the right leg over once or twice. Just remember, you don't need to do the bind. Right arm comes out to shoulder height, and then you can gaze towards right fingertips or in the opposite direction to get the opening through the chest there. Slow, steady breaths. And slowly unwind, take the top leg off first, bring your body back through center. Draw the knees in, arms around the shins, chin tucked, and feel the spine rest as it imprints into the earth. And then release for final rest. So you can take your legs up the wall if that's better, otherwise standard. Take your legs out long, arms by your side. Maybe resting your hands on your belly. Feel the abdomen rise and fall with the breath. So if you need longer, stay. Otherwise, bring your legs together as you feel in for a full body stretch. Reach your arms over your head. Point your toes away. And let yourself transition easily to one side. Just pause there. And then helping yourself to seated, slowly, slowly. Can kneel also. Just pause there for a moment. Feel for the back of your head over your sacrum as your sit bones plug down. So you can take that energy of joy and pleasure now into the rest of your day as you enjoy whatever it is you're planning to do next. Bring your hands to heart. Let's take a deep breath in through the nose. And a breath out through the mouth. Namaste.